You know, all of those smooth, satisfying video transitions you see on Instagram and TikTok? Well, today I'm showing you exactly how to film and edit them step by step. Whether you're a content creator, a social media manager, or just somebody looking to make aesthetic reels, this video is for you. But before we get into the filming, I just wanted to share a couple of tips that will help you create beautiful and high quality content. So the first tip is to always clean your lenses. Whether I'm filming on my phone or on my camera, I make sure to always have clean lenses, and I clean them multiple times during a content shoot. The next thing you're going to do is to turn on your grid. This is going to help you make sure your subject is really in the center of your video. Also, make sure you're using a good tripod, especially for filming videos like the ones I'm going to show you, because if you want to get the best results, it's really important that your phone stays as still as possible. And once you have all of those three things, you're ready to start filming. So for the first one, we are doing one of my favorites, the stop motion video effect. For this one, you're going to put your phone on a tripod and make sure it will stay perfectly still the entire time you're filming. I like to set up the shot as wide as possible so that you have space to move the items more times, making the effect look a lot cooler. You're going to have to set up the items close to the middle of the frame for the first shot. Once all of the items are exactly where you want them, you're going to move out of the frame, making sure there is not a shadow or anything of you visible in the shot, because we want it to look like the items are moving on their own. Just wait a few seconds and then move all of the items just slightly towards their end position. Move out of the frame again and then repeat the same process until all of your items are out of the frame. I of course check on my phone many times to see if it's recording and if everything is exactly as I want it to be. But I also make sure that the phone stays as still as possible to really get the best results. As you can see, I am repeating the same step over and over again, but the result is going to be worth it. So I'm going to be editing all of the footage in CapCut, and I'm using the desktop version, but you can also use the CapCut app on your phone and it works pretty much the same. So once I import my footage into CapCut, I'm just going to put it on the timeline here and stretch it out, because we are going to be cutting out just little pieces of our video and it's easier for me to see this way. Then I'm just going to the beginning and I'm just looking for that first position that I created. This is going to be it. And then I'm just going to cut out the part where I am not visible at all and there's no shadow in the frame. So then I'm just going ahead and scrolling ahead to where I'm again not in the video and it's just the items, and then I'm just repeating the same process a million times. And if you're using the desktop version, a really good hack is to cut with a shortcut. So I'm just pressing Command and then the letter B and it makes cut, and I can just work a lot faster like that. This is literally one of my favorite effects to do. It looks really cool. It is pretty easy to do. It does take a little bit more cutting and editing, as you can see, but I especially love this part with like the towel moving on its own. It looks super cool, so I love doing it, and I love the fact that I'm sharing how to do it, because sometimes content like this can look really scary and like really hard to do, but if you just know how to do it, it's actually very easy, but sometimes it can take a little bit of time and patience. And then I just go in and delete all of the remaining footage that we don't need. We are left with basically just the stop motion video. And if I want every clip to be the same length and for the video to kind of have like the same pace throughout, I just grab all of the videos and then I go to video and speed, and then I just set the duration of all of the clips to 0.3 seconds. And I'm just going to look through that to see if it's short enough. I actually want it a little bit faster, so I'm just putting that to 0.2 seconds and looking through it once more. I think this is my favorite. Okay, that looks very good. And once I like what I see, I just look through it once or twice. And then I'm going to add some text over it. So for this video, I just wanted to say, clean my work desk with me. I'm just going to look through the video once more, and if I like what I see, I'm just going to export it, and then I'm going to add some trending music on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And this video is ready to post. So this is the simplest way to create a stop motion video. A top-down shot just makes every video look so much cooler, and it can be used in many ways in long and short form videos. The first thing I do is to mirror my phone camera to my computer so that I'm able to see exactly what my camera is filming when I put it on the ceiling. You can get this effect by using a special tripod, but I don't have any fancy gear, so let me show you how I DIY this shot using just my phone and some strong tape. I just take some strong tape and put it on the back on my phone so that I can stick it to the ceiling. Once I have it in the position that I want, I add some additional tape to make sure it doesn't move or fall on my head. And that's it. I just create all of the scenes I want. Like today, I'm just filming myself working on my desk. And to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm doing different actions, like typing on my computer, writing in my notebook, and putting my legs on the desk. Once I am done, I simply take the phone down and remove the tape. I really feel like this over-the-head shot looks cool just on its own, and you can use it in a lot of different ways. We already did most of the work to make it look cool with just the way it was filmed. So I'm just going to go to ratio and then put 9:16 again and click on the video and rotate it 90 degrees. I'm just going to see which way it rotated and just try to put -90 degrees to see which way I like it better. I actually think it was better before, like this. And I'm just going to go through the video to see which parts I like and just cut them out. And I'm also muting this footage because I don't really want it to have any sound. So now all I have left is the footage that I want to use, and I feel like this is a really cool way of showing off yourself working, painting, or just doing anything at all. It just brings a whole new perspective. Let me just show you another way I would use this footage, and I'm just leaving the ratio the same, but I'm going through the videos and just turning them back into their original position. And then I'm just going to be leaving the 3 shots that I like best, this one and this one. And I'm just putting one on top of the other, and once again just scaling up to 106 and then cutting them to be the same length and muting all of the 3 layers, and I get this really cool over the head triple video. I love filming horizontal shots and then using them in vertical content. And one of the best ways to do that is to film 3 horizontal shots of the same action and putting them together to create a really cool reel with a cinematic touch. To get that cool effect, I always film a wide shot, a close-up shot, and a POV shot to capture interesting angles of the same thing. For the first shot, I'm setting up my phone so that it captures me sitting on my desk and typing on the computer. For the second shot, I'm putting my phone a lot closer and getting a close-up of me typing on the keyboard. For the third shot, I am again turning on screen mirroring on my phone so that I can see what is going on my computer and setting the phone to show me typing from the POV of the computer. So once I've imported all of the videos into CapCut, I'm just going to go right ahead and add one by one on the timeline. And then I'm going to go to the beginning and just cut off all of the parts that I don't want to use. So I just want to have nice clean footage of every angle that I want to include. So this is the first one, and then for the second one I want to have me typing without any breaks or anything like that. So I'm just looking through the footage and cutting off all of the excess like this. And as you can see, this one is kind of turned on its head, and I'm just going to rotate it at about 90 degrees, and I'm just going to leave it like this so I can see what's going on. And then for the next one, I also just want to have me typing on the computer, so I'm just cutting this part and then erasing everything else. And then because I want this video to be vertical, I'm just going to go to ratio and change from original to 9/16 like this. And then I really want this angle of me from afar in the middle, and then I'm just going to try what looks better with the other footage. So I'm putting myself from the front on the top, and then me just typing on the computer on the bottom. And then to fill all of the empty space that you can see here, I'm just going to go ahead and scale every video to 106, just repeating the same thing. And I'm just moving around the footage to see what I like better. And then I'm just going to cut all of it so that it's the same length. Oh, I forgot to turn down the sound. So again, I don't really want to have any sound on this video. And then just looking through it again to see if everything is just the way I want it. And I also want to add some text, so I'm just doing that to finish the video, choosing whichever font you like, or you can also just post this without adding any text. I just want to add something a little bit extra. And after looking through the video to make sure everything is okay, it's finally ready to export. So for the last one, I'm going to show you how to create the disappearing effect. First, set up your tripod to get the frame you want and make sure the phone will not move at all during the filming. For the first part of the video, you will come into the frame, stop in the middle, and then snap your fingers. Then just repeat the same thing a couple of times until you get the perfect take. Then take off the clothes you're wearing and start throwing them so that they land in the exact spot that you were standing earlier. Repeat this until you get the perfect take. So once again, I imported all of the footage into CapCut. Now I just have to find the right take, because I did take multiple takes of this transition because I really wanted it to look as good as possible. So first let's do this, and then I'm going to show you how to create this transition. So like usual, it's always the first take or the last that looks the best, and in this case it was the last. So I'm just cutting the footage right when I come into the frame, because I want this video to start with me walking into the frame, and I'm cutting right when I do this with my hand, because that is exactly where I want the transition to happen. And just deleting the second part of the video. And then for the second part of the video, I'm just going back in and searching for the best take. And I really want the clothes to fall right where I was standing before. So in a couple of takes, clothes kind of landed a little bit to the side. So I really don't want those takes. I just want something that lands right in the middle. I found 3 takes that I like. So I'm just going to try and see which one looks better. And once again, I'm just muting all of the footage because I'm going to put a sound over it. Yes, I like this one the best. So I'm just going to look through it again to see if everything is as it should be. I love the way this looks. So there you have it. This is how you do the disappearing effect. And I really feel this is just a really cool effect to do because it just adds a little bit extra to your video. And I feel like you can use it in a lot of different ways. So I'm just going to add some text and then I'm going to export it and it's ready to post. I feel like these transitions are pretty easy to make and edit, but they make a huge difference with your content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new, and if you have any questions regarding social media management, content creation, or just anything at all, feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!